Hey guys, Savage Joy here with Real Progressives. Tonight I am joined with Mr. Brian Abrahamson. He is actually in Minnesota. He's running as an independent in District 22A. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Brian and I have known each other on Facebook for quite some time, since the Bernie days. So now, as far as running, what made you decide to actually, file the paperwork and decide to run a campaign?
Well, actually, I started running as a state senator a couple years ago. Basically, Bernie was a big factor in that, and I couldn't take, the Republican politicians doing what they're doing anymore. So that's why I decided to run for state office again.
Awesome. And why did you choose independent?
Well, I didn't choose independent. It kind of just came about that way. I actually filed as a Democrat because they make it really hard to file otherwise. If you're independent or green or anything like that. I didn't get the DFL endorsement, so that's why I'm kind of running quote unquote independently. So,
And is that are you guys open primary or closed?
open.
Oh, okay. So it's really it's advantageous in the sense that a lot of Dem Exeters won't vote Dems. So you get those votes, and also if it's open primary, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Did they have any kind of stipulations? I know a lot of the candidates I interview, they state that they needed to pay extra money or get extra signatures. Were there other things that you had to do to file as a third party or what have you?
In Minnesota, I think you have to get like 500 signatures or something like that, or maybe more than that. I don't even know, but.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. I've heard 5,000. Yeah, some states make it pretty difficult.
Or something like that, maybe, but.
Okay, cool. You are a direct support professional for adults with disabilities, which is actually what my husband does as well. That's not an easy job at all. You must have a lot of patience. So what you said that it does affect with your platform, what you deal with every day at your job. Can you kind of expand on that? Like you said, it relates to healthcare as well. Can you expand on that?
Absolutely. I mean, I take care of people that have healthcare. Basically, I take care of people that are disabled. I take care of people that need, affordable healthcare. Basically, so I mean, it's very, it's basically that's what it is.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult to see when you work with people with disabilities. There's always that fear that their medications won't get paid for, or services will be cut off, or things like that. So with universal health care, that's kind of a no-brainer. You also you have money in politics on your platform. So was that something you decided from the beginning, that you were going to take no corporate money?
Yeah, I actually decided that way back when I was running for state senate. So yeah, it's been definitely something of mine a long time ago.
And why did you decide to do that? What was your thought process?
Basically, once you take money from corporate entities, you basically become beholden to them. I'm beholden to the people. That's what I care about the most.
Absolutely. Are people perceptive to your campaign where you are?
I believe they are. I mean, I've had my name out there for a while now. Especially when I ran for state senate, and even now, they still remember me from back then. So they're pretty receptive to getting healthcare that's going to be for everybody. So
Right on. In your area, are people very active? Do you have a lot of activists with marches, rallies, things like that?
unfortunately, not. I think I'm the only one, and I'm trying to be loud enough to get a lot of attention, but it, it doesn't really echo very well in this area, I guess.
Is that a
I've had
very
marches and stuff like that in DC, and I've protested before and everything like that, and just not a lot of people, I guess, care to do that here.
is it a very red area?
It is, unfortunately.
And who are you running against? Is the incumbent a Republican?
Uh, the incumbent is a Republican, yes. I'm actually running a primary August 14th against a Democrat.
And what's the difference between yourself and that person?
Well, I'm progressive and he's not, so I guess I don't know. He says he is, but he really isn't. He cares more about his family. Like he talks about doing stuff for daycare providers, because his mom's a daycare provider and his sister's a daycare provider, but nothing past that. I mean, he's not. He doesn't really say anything for the people. He only cares about what he cares about, and so
Self-serving. Gotcha.
yeah.
Does he take corporate money?
I guess I don't know that well. I only met him once, and that was the day of the endorsement convention. I didn't hear anything about him before that.
So when you, I assume you canvass and phone bank, things like that. What kind of feeling do you get from people? Are people feeling really defeated right now, or are they, excited to vote? What's the general feeling in your district?
Well, I feel like the conservatives are kind of defeated because I feel like they realize that Trump isn't exactly what they wanted or anything like that. So that's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. I wear around town sometimes "Not My President" T-shirt, and I get a lot of reaction out of it. It's like, yeah, he's not mine either. Yeah, whatever. So
He kind of is, though. That's the unfortunate thing. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, being on social media these past few days have been pretty bad. Like the vote shaming thing, it's back in full force.
I've been vote shamed ever since the last election, so I know what you mean.
Sure. Yeah, it's been 2 years, but apparently, it's like it makes you who you are. You have to answer for this one choice, and I have no regrets. That one vote would not make or break a state. So, and we're only responsible for ourselves.
Yeah, my state chair actually blamed me for Trump, and I'm like, well, Hillary won Minnesota, not by very much, but still, she won Minnesota. My one vote doesn't really do anything. So, like you said, so I'm like, it doesn't really do anything to me if they try to shame me or not.
Yeah, I mean, our votes went from completely wasted votes to causing the outcome of the entire election. So
Yeah.
who knew we were so powerful? It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So you do support the Fight for 15. Now, I'm in Pennsylvania. We still have the federal minimum wage of it's $7.25 or $7.50. Regardless, it's abhorrent. If you did get 15 in Minnesota, is that good? Is that enough? Is it a living wage?
Well, I mean, it'd be a lot better than what it is because I think ours is $9.50 an hour. I mean, it's not a livable wage. It's not even close. 15 would be a lot better, but we can do a lot. We can do a lot better even in the future, I think.
Do you have a lot of unemployment and homelessness in your district?
Not homelessness, but we do have a pretty low poverty line and stuff like that. So,
do you support a federal job guarantee?
I wouldn't really have much to do with that, but I definitely support it. I mean, everybody needs jobs. It's definitely something that we definitely need.
Yeah. What is the what is a what am I trying to say? What's the demographic of your district?
I would say there's a lot of farmers, a lot of people that work in healthcare, and a lot of like union workers. That so.
Oh, we have someone who wants to point out that jobs are up with Trump. So is a lot of pain. So right on. So anyway, I'm just reading the comments to see if anyone has a question for you. So anyway, you also have tuition-free college on your platform. Ooh, I lost him. While I try to get him back, do you guys have any questions you want to ask? Yeah, whoever's speaking on behalf of real progressives, I agree because they stated go big or don't ask at all. I agree because what it comes down to is if we ask for 15, they're going to say, how about 8? How about 9? No, how about we actually do something worthwhile and ask for like 22, 23. And then if they want to go down from there, which they probably will, it won't be as bad. Hey, you're back. Okay, good. I was I know he didn't just hang up on me because I was dissing Trump.
My internet went down or something, or I don't know what happened, but
all good. So, we were talking about tuition-free college. What are the jobs like? Where in your district do you need a college degree to get a substantial job in your area?
I think a lot of things that I would say would be like nursing and stuff like that would probably be a good bet for that because we do need a lot of nursing. We are short on nursing and home health aides and stuff like that. So I mean that would be a good opportunity for maybe something along that field. I've heard a lot of people that need welders and stuff like that. They need people that machinery and stuff like that. They need education sometimes for that. So I believe that would be something that would work out in this district.
So it would also be for trade schools or things like that. Yeah. And also it can help with infrastructure. I saw you do have infrastructure on your platform as well. What are some of the things you would like to see get done in your district?
Well, I mean, it's sad but true. We have the worst roads in this district, and our I mean, they fixed like one road over by a railroad, and that's about it in the last 4 or 5 years that I know of. So I mean, they definitely need some work on the roads and the bridges here in this area because we have the worst infrastructure in Minnesota, basically.
And that also goes hand in hand with the environment. What kind of things are you looking toward in the future? Should you get this position, what policies are you going to implement as far as Green New Deal, green energy, things like that?
Yeah, I support wind and solar energy. Definitely try to stop any kind of pipelines that's been going through. Unfortunately, today I think I heard that a pipeline was approved in Minnesota. So I mean, it's a very sad day, but we have to try to fight those in the future and be fossil fuel free hopefully here soon. So
Absolutely. And you also talk a lot about water. It's been 4 years with Flint now. It's gross. It's abhorrent. And Flint's not the only the only place who's dealing with it. They're getting the brunt, unfortunately. But what is the water like in your district that it's that important to put it on your platform?
basically, when I first moved here, like I would say about 14 years ago, the water was horrible. It wasn't as bad as maybe Flint, Michigan, or anything along those lines, but it was bad. It was very bad. Um, you couldn't even drink the water. Basically, that's how bad it was. We had to drink bottled water. I even had relatives that live in this area that developed cancer from the water. So I mean, it's very important to me to work on the clean water that we get. Um, Fortunately enough, we're connected now with Lewis and Clark Water, which is good. But there's other places in the whole district that need it as well, and I would fight for that as well.
What is something else that when you go door to door or phone bank that residents in your district appeal to you for? What do they say? Look, if you get elected, we need you to help with such and such. What are some of the things you're hearing?
Most of the things I hear about it is healthcare. I mean, that's something that's number one pretty much everywhere. We have farmers that are paying, like, I would say about over $30,000 a year just in premiums, and they really can't go to the doctor even after that. And they become sick, and they either have to retire from farming or just close up the farm and stuff like that. So I mean, it's very sad, but we have to take care of our farmers.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that a lot with candidates, that the farmers are being neglected, and a lot of them are having to basically just find other means of monetary gain at that point. Um, do are do you live in a very rural area?
I do. Like I said, most of it is farming community and stuff like that. So it's something that I really care about, taking care of the farmers and stuff like that.
That's really interesting. And with that, do you talk to people about um, different kinds of energy they can use on those huge fields?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in this area do use the wind energy. I mean, you go down the road, maybe like 20 miles or so. There's wind farms pretty much everywhere. So, I mean, they seem to be on board with that. Of course, the Republican politicians are trying to fight against that and trying to find different ways to get rid of them. But It is something that we are doing here in Minnesota pretty well. So.
Okay, right on. I noticed you, along with pretty much everyone else in the universe, has been posting a lot about Alex OC winning the other day. It's kind of exciting. For you guys, for you guys watching, I was able to interview Alexandria OcasioCortez about, I want to say, a month or so ago. So you can find that link on Real Progressives as well. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty rad because a lot of us were pretty defeated after California, and 21% of people actually voting, and we lost some really awesome people who we were, all in for. So this was a big win. And you stated on your page that you're a democratic socialist as well. And, you hope that you can also, join and become the nominee. What would that mean to the incumbent?
I guess that would mean that, winning a primary would definitely give you a little bit of momentum, basically saying, well, this guy beat over another candidate already, so this guy's gonna probably be a little bit he's gonna fight a little bit harder and stuff like that, even past August 14th.
Right. Do you think that he understands what a democratic socialist is?
He probably doesn't, and a lot of people don't really care about that. But by people that follow me and stuff like that, it means a lot to them. So I do. It is something that I completely believe in as well. I've been a Democrat socialist ever since I heard of Bernie. So, I signed up like pretty much right away. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. With the free education people are campaigning on, I hope people start learning the difference between socialism and communism, because that could really help some people on social media. But I digress. I'm just looking at the comments. So your election is August 14th, you said?
The primary, yeah.
Okay. And do you have write-in, do you have paper ballots?
We do, yeah.
Okay, so you're lucky. You have open primaries and paper ballots. That's awesome. How do you feel about things like ranked choice voting?
I've supported it ever since I heard about it 2 years ago, and they've implemented it further north. So it's good. It's good to see that actually working. So.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for reports to come out from Maine since they did it, but I have yet to hear anything negative. I think it's really interesting concept, and other countries use it. So, shit, what we're doing now sure isn't working. So, who else do you look to besides Byrne to inspire you and to take pieces from to add to your platform, or really just keep you going?
I just kind of go to the people, basically the people that are fighting for 15 and fighting for clean energy, fighting for. I just kind of go along with the people, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And you see a lot of that, especially on Facebook. You see there are some seriously people hurting right now. It's bad. It's there's just a lot of pain. We used to go on Facebook and be like, it would just be fun. It would be, we would see our Bernie brothers and sisters and we would joke around and we were so positive. And now it's just like one sad, depressing thing after another. Where do you see us going? Let's say by 2020, do you think we're going to progress?
Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people running for president. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
some progressives, some not. Hopefully, Bernie's in there, and I if Bernie's in there, I'm going to support him full force, and just kind of go from there. I hope that we can get Trump out of office and kind of just go from there.
I hope so. I sure as hell hope so. But the Democrats are actually making some really bad decisions as far as voting and everything. As far as net neutrality, and the other day they voted for an even bigger war budget increase, like all of these things. So they're not really differentiating themselves from the Republicans all that much. So do you feel comfortable if, like, let's say if someone in the Democratic Party catches your eye, do you feel comfortable going back to the Democratic Party and becoming a member again?
Well, in Minnesota, it doesn't really matter. Echo now. I mean, basically, any affiliation that you want to. They don't really care about that. But I guess I would caucus with the Democrats, and if they really caught my eye that closely, I guess I would caucus for them and stuff like that. That's about all I can really. I'm not going to go back to the Democratic Party full force because it just, I don't know, they treated me really badly. They basically told me to sit down and shut up, and that's not a way to run a party, basically.
Oh, when you announced your run.
Yeah.
Wow. How exactly did that transpire? At meetings?
Over email, basically.
Wow.
My county chair basically said, "Well, we're not going to endorse you, so you shouldn't run. And if you come to the meetings, you have to sit down." He literally said that: "Sit down and shut up." So I mean,
because of your progressive platform.
Yeah, and I didn't vote for Hillary. That was one of the bigger things, I guess, is what they had a problem with. But
oh my gosh, it defines our life. I wrote Bernie in, and you know what? I don't lose sleep over it. It was my decision, and I'm so okay with it.
Democracy is you vote for who you want to, and that's what I did.
Exactly. We're the only ones who has to answer to that choice the next morning.
Yeah.
Incredible. What do you want to leave our viewers with? If you want to leave them with something to get them to check out your website, or to recommend you to other people in Minnesota, what do you want to leave them with?
Basically, I would just go to my website, the BrianAbrahamsonForHouse.com, and check out my platform and stuff like that, and see that it is progressive, and see that I do align with the democratic socialism that we need, basically, in this area and all over America, basically.
Awesome. Right on. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Brian. We definitely wish you the best of luck. And again, you guys, the primary is August 14th. Tomorrow I am supposed to, I'm not going out of state for once, I'm supposed to go to one of the immigrant solidarity marches. However, I was just told that there are some alt-right, scary people attending to planning a thing to attend and not be very nice. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to that anymore, but I will keep you posted. It's very possible I'll be going live at noon. But anyway, thank you guys for watching as usual. And once more, thank you again, Brian. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.